Welcome back. Welcome back. So let me move this recording deal a little bit down here. Guys, so we set up GitHub. We configured our permissions on the last part, and with a little bit of elbow grease, we got through it. We made our first repository. We could see it here, our first project. And you could see a few things about it. The languages used. You could see CSS, HTML. If you use JavaScript, you'll see that here, Vue or Python, and TypeScript and all those things. You'll see all that stuff here. But you can see our git commit message. It shows up here in init repo. Lets us know about 35 minutes ago is when we did that first init. And it shows us all our git commits. We can look at our history and see who did what. And each one of these commits have a tag. And you can actually check them out. You can see which files were updated and which things were added. So that's a little bit about GitHub, just from GitHub's side of view. But let's go to the VS Code side, and let's do this process again that I showed of let's add some code, let's push to the staging area, and let's push to GitHub. So let's do that, and let's show kind of a real life version of doing this. So I'm going to go back to my Explorer up here. Let's navigate to a file. Maybe we want to add a JavaScript file or something like that, right? So I'll say script.js, and maybe this is const button, right? Or whatever JavaScript we added. So we added a .js file, right? Whatever it might be that you're adding here. So we've made a change, right? We can see it pop up in our source control. Here's that change. Let's go to our terminal. And you can also do it from source control, but let's do it from our terminal. So we're going to say git add dot, and again, what that did, we coded up a JavaScript file. So let's do concept while we do the code. So we built the script file. We said git dot or git add dot, so that pushed it to the staging area. So again, I'll put this here just so we can see what step this kind of is. We pushed to the staging area, and now we need to push this on, or now we need to move it in the staging area with a message, or add a message to this commit. So that's what we're going to do now. We're going to go from here to, I guess, the bottom of this. Kind of makes sense. So we'll say git commit -m, and that's going to be this step that we're going to do right now. So let's go back to VS Code, and I'll say git commit. And again, this message, it'll be that whatever we want to do. Again, if you want to use Team Syncer or project management solution, this is where you can add your ticket tag, if you will, or the bug tag. But let's just name it as what it is. So created a .js file. How about that? So boom. Now we press enter. That commit is over here. So, and this now has a message associated with it. So created .js file. And then let's do the next step, which is going to be to git push. And that'll push all of this to GitHub. So let's do that in our terminal again. And I'll say git push. Oh, looks like we need to enter the passphrase. And it looks like it pushed everything up to our GitHub repository perfectly fine. So let's go check out our GitHub repository. I can refresh the commits. That's fine, and you'll see that pop up. But I'll just go to the repository. Say our first project. This is kind of the main dashboard of your project, and you can see where that script file just got added. So you could see it right here, and you can see all of our README stuff. Our first project. This is the instructions for my project. I created this project on such and such date. So you can see kind of our project is starting to get built out. You can see there's an updated commit. We now have 3 commits instead of 2. You can see, these were created by my old account. So you can see why we had some issues. You should all have the same account here, but I obviously had to deal with a roundabout deal. But yeah, so we could see created.js file. We could see who added it. Program with Tags did, and And this script.js file has no content in it just because console logs don't show up, depending on the rules we add. So if I added real JavaScript, right, this would actually show up. So let's run through that process one more time. Say git add dot git commit. I'll say created button, if you will, or created JS button logic. Let's just pretend we did a bunch of stuff, and then let's push it to the repository. And we've now added our fourth commit. Let's zoom out. Let's go back and look at our commits. Created.js button logic, and boom, here it is. So I guess the console log now showed up. For whatever reason, the other one didn't. So, but yeah, so you can actually see the live code being updated, and you can see it in real time. So for whatever reason, let's say we broke our code and we wanted to roll it back. Well, let's go back to this old commit where we did not have, what's it called? Where we did not have this bug that we just added. Maybe this new piece of code added a piece of a bug for us. It broke everything. Again, this is all theoretical, but it does happen. It really does happen a lot, guys. So what you can do is say git checkout, and then I can actually add this commit number, the one that I just pulled from GitHub. And if I check it out, we could actually see how that code is no longer here because we're checking out that old version of the code, which did not have anything in the script.js file. So we can actually go back in code and check it out and see, oh, I added this line and that's what broke this thing. And then if you want to go back, you can always go git checkout main. So, and that'll bring us right back to this version of the code that we're building. So it's a very powerful tool. Let's talk a little bit about branching on this next video. I'm going to wrap this one up here. Again, the biggest thing to kind of mentally download from this part is we're going to write code, right? So first you write the code on your laptop, then you're going to add it to the staging area, then you're going to commit the code with a message, and then you want to push that code up to GitHub. So that's kind of your working flow of how the code gets from our machine to GitHub.